like to say that the United States is a country mostly of immigrants and their descendants. We talk about the contributions that immigrants have made to the American way of life and the richness that they have brought to this country. But how much of this is based on actual knowledge? Take, for example, the Sikh community. How much do most people know about them and what they have had to offer? And we really should find out, especially in view of the hate crimes directed against them, since so many of the men wear a turban.
Now we should back up here and explain that you are Sikh and that Sikh is a religion.
That's right.
So I believe that you come from the Punjab.
Punjab is a region in India. It's the northern part.
I grew up in a city called Chandigarh, which is south of Punjab and northern part of India. I was about 20 years old when I came to USA.
Interestingly, there's a really strong connection between being Sikh and the Punjab, so much so that Sikh immigrants to California often associate themselves more strongly with the Punjab than with Greater India.
Most of the Sikhs in California are Punjabi,
Okay.
and actually most of the Sikhs anywhere in the world would still associate themselves by being Punjabi.
In the Punjab, are Sikhs the majority religion, or are they simply one of the larger ones but not the majority?
I think they are the majority population in the current Punjab.
Let's look at the basic beliefs of the religion.
It's a way of life more than a way of rituals. So in a way of life, for a simple lay perspective, we say there are 3 rules. In Punjabi, they're called Kirat Karo, Naam Japo, Van Chako. Kirat Karo translates to you earn your own honest living. So you work hard and earn the living. So it's not a religion where you would say that people would say, okay, you can accept alms or charity. You can contribute, but if you do ever accept charity, it's all the more your responsibility to bring it back, to give back to the community in general. So hard work or working honestly or living or making your living honestly is the first rule. Naam Japo it's a meditation. So whichever form of meditation you choose, you do meditate, you do try to connect with the spiritual aspect. And then Van Chako, the third rule, is essentially whatever you earn, there's a portion or part of it you have to share with the humanity around. So sharing is a major part of Sikh secular life or Sikh spiritual life.
I should point out that Sikhs believe there is only one God. They also believe that all religions are capable of leading us to God, which means that they don't feel the need to convert anyone.
One key principle of Sikhism is that many roads can lead to God. So usually you would see in the Sikh temples or Sikh gurdwaras, you would see an architectural design that shows you can come from all 4 sides.
When it comes to the message that comes from Sikhism, it's one of universal human life together. Even the initiation of Sikhism from the first Guru or the first Master Guru Nanak was about there is no wall of religion among people. This one humanity, everyone comes from one light. And in that process, any walls we create in terms of religion or caste or any barriers are our own creations, not something as a Sikh we should be following.
Now let's look at the Sikh ideal of equality and talk about langar, one important example of sharing.
Now, I seem to recall also that one important thing when you do go to the temple is afterwards you go and you all eat together.
Yes, that's another integral part.
Okay.
Free kitchen.
correct me if I'm wrong, that comes partly from distinguishing from the Hindu tradition where you have the castes and one caste can't eat with another, and the Sikhs say that everyone is equal and we're going to show that we really believe it and we're all going to eat together, and that's why it's part of the religion. Is this?
Yes, that was the third Sikh guru in the 16th century
Okay.
started that
Okay.
to create complete equality.
One thing many of the Sikhs grow up with is every time you go to the temple or the Gurdwara, there's a common community kitchen. So people grow up serving in the kitchen, making food for the kitchen, and definitely dining with everyone in the kitchen. So that aspect of making food, serving food, dining together is a sort of integral part of being a Sikh when you go to a temple or a Sikh temple or a Gurdwara. So it comes very naturally for many Sikh men and women to help others in the time of need, specifically with going there, serving the food, and providing some shelter wherever they could. So there are some local gurdwaras here in Bay Area also who would have a set of volunteers who would be always ready. Actually, from what I know is Red Cross always contacts Fremont Gurdwara if they need some immediate, if they have some immediate need for langar or what is called common community food. So they can always call Fremont Gurdwara, and at any short notice of a few hours, they can produce enough food for cooked meals for about 1,000 people at a very short notice.
Here's a concrete example. According to the Los Angeles Times, during the coronavirus pandemic, when Californians were under the shelter-in-place order, the Sikh community of Riverside prepared and donated hot meals, groceries, and masks to thousands of people. And of course, we don't want to forget that the Sikh community has its celebratory, lighthearted side, which we'll investigate after the coronavirus pandemic is over. Now let's look at those turbans, with the understanding that Sikhs wear a turban for religious reasons. They are not a fashion statement.
Now, Sikh men, if they're baptized into the Sikh religion, grow their hair long and wear a turban. Is this correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
And I understand that particularly after 9/11, that things have been difficult sometimes for the Sikh community because other people say, here's a man with a turban, must be a terrorist, let's do something. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Actually, it wasn't just 9/11. During the time of the Iranian hostage crisis,
Okay.
Sikh men ran into the same trouble. Now, after 9/11, it became a very big problem.
And I heard of some people being killed by total strangers again for this. So we're not just talking about somebody making comments when you walk down the street. We're
No,
talking about
there have been
something.
actually people were killed.
Yeah.
Turban
right,
people were
right,
attacked and
right,
killed.
Right.
When 9/11 happened, one of the things everyone was concerned about is within the Sikh community and our friends is how would the rest of the population treat you when you're wearing a turban. So one of the things I had experienced in life is in early mid-80s, India was going through turmoil.
During that time, the Sikhs' Holy Golden Temple was attacked, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was assassinated, and rioters had murdered thousands of Sikhs.
I had more trust in US law and US lawmakers as well as US cops that should something happen to me, at least there would be a proper investigation.
ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ